This week was definitely a tale of two seasons in the parks, but that didn't stop construction crews from getting done what they needed to get done. Also, some sticky, icky things happening. Join us for our inaugural episode of Chastain in LA presents Let's Recap. Hello, and welcome to the inaugural episode of Chastain in LA presents Let's Recap, the show that runs down things that have happened this past week in Southern California theme parks and their affiliates around the country and perhaps the world. I am your host, slightly older and more grizzled Josh. You can tell by my glasses and the gray in my beard. Nobody's going to believe this. They know that it's me.
It's fine, just do it.
I look like the same person.
That's not the point, just go with it.
Really?
Yes.
They're not stupid. They're going to...
You're missing the point, Josh.
Okay. I am your host, slightly more grizzled and experienced Josh.
Josh.
From the future.
Josh.
What?
Stop with the accent.
I wasn't doing an accent. Slightly more experienced Josh from the future. Gray beard, glasses. Anyway, I'm joined today by a couple colleagues of mine. Of course, Josh Chastain and Josh Chastain. Let's start from the top, Universal Studios, on location. Josh, how's it looking out there this week, bud?
Yeah, thanks, Josh. We're here on a rather dreary day at Universal Studios. The crowds have come out here and decided to make us feel welcome. Even though the weather is a little bit unpredictable, we'll say that's not going to keep people from coming during the middle of the week. There's a lot of things to talk about at this park, as far as like the Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Ride, as well as these FanFest nights that we're going to go ahead and throw back to the studio and let you talk about, Josh.
Thank you, Josh. That is correct. Universal is excited to announce that in 2025, they're going to unveil their very first annual Universal Fan Fest nights. It's going to be running from April 25th to May 18th, running on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays only. It is an after-hours ticket event. Tickets have not been posted yet, but they will be soon. Stay tuned at Universal's website for more info. They have finally released the slate of this year's Fan Fest nights, spanning from the likes of Star Trek, Back to the Future, Dungeons & Dragons, Jujutsu Kaisen, One Piece, and Harry Potter. A diverse lineup, to say the least. This is a very exciting time for Universal to be getting into the after-hours ticket game with events other than Halloween Horror Nights, which, let's be honest, has been a pretty successful endeavor for the past 35 years now, something like that. But speaking of Halloween Horror Nights, Josh, we're back with you down on the... Looks like you're in the jungle now? You got something else for us down there, bud?
That's right, Josh. We're down here on the lower lot, just in front of the Jurassic World right here, just kind of scoping out what the crowds and stuff are looking like. Things are looking okay. We did want to heed a little bit of warning that Halloween Horror Nights is going on still through Halloween, November 2nd, actually, to be exact. So there is sort of some graphic, maybe explicit imagery throughout the park. But there is one thing that we really do want to take a look at, but that's in the upper lot. So we're going to head back up the escalators. For now, let's get back to you.
Thank you, Josh. That is right. If you do have little ones, do be aware that there are some extreme images throughout the park in the daytime because they are running Halloween Horror Nights right now. And speaking of Horror Nights again, we have exclusive footage this week of how Horror Nights is doing in October 2024. And to give us a little preview of how things are going right now, Josh, is that you again?
Yeah, that's right, Josh. I was told that this was just like a little old family affair, but apparently there's monsters and things running around. We're in Luchador Alley right now, just kind of wandering around, embracing the screams and the scares and everything, trying not to pee our pants too much. But anyway, Horror Nights 2024 has been a success. It's been doing great this year. And cheers to many successful years to come. But it's a little too chaotic here to continue on, so we're going to send it back to the studio and you have fun.
Spooky. I'm glad that I'm not there. Psych. I wish that I was there right now. Can we go after this is done? Can we go tonight?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah?
Yeah, just finish this up and we'll go.
You know, Hollywood isn't the only place that Universal has a park. There's also a much bigger park all the way down in Florida, and they've got big endeavors for 2025. Yep, they've announced it. Memorial Day weekend, May 22nd, 2025. Universal's Epic Universe is going to be opening its gates for the first time ever to the public. This is what's going to put Universal in the top tier with some other competitors globally.
You know who I'm talking about.
However, it's not all glitz and glamour over on the East Coast. The West Coast has some pretty big projects underway of their own. And here to talk a little bit more about that, hey, Josh, it's you again.
Thank you, Josh. That's right. I am standing as close as I possibly can to Universal's newest attraction that's going to be coming in 2026. That is correct. I am also wearing sunglasses because when this ride arrives, the future is going to be very bright for this park. As you can see, they've got beams going up everywhere. There's rails going up. The swoop that goes up and around. The escalator area is looking to just come to life every time we come back to this park. There are supports showing up all over the place that we didn't even know were going to be there when we first started coming. Every time we come here, it seems like they're almost done, and then they just prove us wrong the following week by adding more and more to this ride. There's a brand new housing structure that's showing up just outside the main show building, and if you look, walking up, the way the show building is, the size of the show building, the very magnitude of this building, it's a very daunting experience walking towards this, and it's one that's making us very, very excited for the opening of Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift. Josh, back to you.
Simply stunning. And you're not wrong. Universal is on the way up. This roller coaster is going to transform this park completely. And I'm here for it. However, along the way, we do have a couple more things going on throughout the park. One is the staple from Universal Hollywood, that being the tram, which is running day in and day out. And here to give us an update on how the tram is doing in October for its daytime operations, Josh, give us one more bit.
Yeah, Josh, that's right. A bit of a truncated tram tour today as we weren't able to go through the metro sets or Amity Island as the Jaws ride was, in fact, still shut down. Now, the water's filled in the lake, but poor Brucey is up on the rails and cut wide open on the side there. So they're still working on the shark and just, tightening screws and making sure that everything's fresh for the Christmas season, as it were, coming around. As for everything else, the tram tour is what it is. It's a staple of Universal Studios Hollywood, and it's a fun little way to spend 45 minutes to an hour. If you've never done it before, I suggest you do. And if you have done it, do it again. Back to you, Josh.
I love the tram. The tram is one of my favorites. That is for sure. That's pretty much everything that's going on in Universal this week. So let's switch gears and go about 40 miles south down the I-5 freeway to everybody's favorite farm, Knott's Berry. This is why I don't write my own stuff. So make sure the teleprompter keeps rolling. This week, Knott's Berry Farm ran an extra day of its spooky festivities throughout the day. And joining us this week, we've got a special guest. It looks like it's
I can't hear him.
Josh again.
Whenever you're ready.
Out at Knott's Berry Farm. Josh, what's going on this week out in Buena Park?
Yeah, I don't hear. Huh? Now? Thank you, Josh. Yeah, so we came here on Columbus Day, and apparently a lot of people still have this day off. There's plenty of people here enjoying in the Halloween Spooky Farm activities and just enjoying the park in general. They are doing the trick-or-treat trail and the spooktivities throughout the day. So if you're around during a holiday or a weekend, this is what you get for Knott's Berry Farm. For now, back to you, Josh.
That's right, Josh.
You got to tell me
Looks like
things are going.
Okay, we're just going to go ahead and cut away there. That's right, there was an extra day of Spooky Farm festivities this week for the holiday. People decided to extend their weekend, and the park was no stranger to the foot traffic this week as the kids were crowding all throughout the trick-or-treat trail to get that candy. But before we dive even further into the farm, I do want to take this opportunity to tell you guys about an update that Knott's made in their app. Now, this is just for iOS users, as Android users haven't gotten this update yet, but it seems like they've changed the interface a little bit to make it a little bit more intuitive on their annual passport holder tracking system. So in the past, it may have been a little bit more delayed on tracking whether you visited the park a certain amount of times or whatnot. This should actually help update it a little bit more in real time. However, still no mobile ordering. Maybe in the next update. So as we said before, Spooky Farm is in fact running full swing for the season. And Monday, there were plenty of spooktivities happening throughout the park, including something that's a little creepy going on inside the Critter Barn in Calico. Josh, what's happening in there?
You're going to have to let me... Josh, yes, of course. Thank you. I'm here with a guest of honor. This is Harley. We are in the spooky, creepy, crawly barn where they've got all kinds of lizards and snakes and bugs and all kinds of icky, cricky critters that are... It's all wide open now. You can walk through and check it all out, and I recommend that you do before it's gone after Halloween. For now, though, I'm going to get the heck out of here because I can swear that this stuff is crawling in my hair.
There's many places on this earth that I'm thankful I'm not at right now. That barn is one of them. Snakes, not future Josh's jam at all. Not only is Spooky Farm going on during the day, but of course at night, the staple of Knott's Berry Farm, Knott's Scary Farm, is still happening. And that also is in full swing. This weekend, we want to let you know, is a special weekend at the Walter Knott Theater, because that is when Cassandra Peterson will be making her final visit for autograph signing and special Q&A sessions happening on this Friday and Sunday. Now, with Cassandra Peterson's visits to the Elvira experience, it is important to know that to get something signed from her, you do need an autograph voucher, which you can purchase at Cordy's. It's $80, I believe, and that gets you one autograph. So if you want to get more than one thing signed, keep in mind that total's probably going to add up pretty quick. And then after the signing session at 11 p.m., they're going to have a separate line open up, and then she's going to have a special Q&A session for about probably a half an hour, 45 minutes after that. Remember, this is Friday and Sunday this week only, and then she's gone until you see her again at Son of Monster Palooza or something like that. During the daytime, there seems to be a little bit of commotion going on in between Fiesta Village and Camp Snoopy.
Hear me? I can't hear you.
We're going to have Josh let us know what's happening out there at this point in time. Josh, where exactly are you and what's going on with Montezooma, the Forbidden Fortress?
Just come back and just count me. Hey, Josh, thank you very much. We are out here in front of Montezooma's Revenge, where it still seems like there is plenty going on. Both spikes now fully wrapped in tarp. All the track is completely taken off, and it looks like there's nothing going on with the entryway still. But hey, who's to say that something's not going to happen soon, right? Oh, man, it's too hot out here to be doing this. Anyway, still on track for that 2025 reopening with extensive testing throughout the year. We're looking at maybe June, summer, possibly. But who's to say these days? Back to you, Josh.
That is exciting, especially for us Knott's fate.
I don't think I can do this for...
We're going to cut away again. That guy, I don't know. We're going to have a talk with him. Anyway, That's basically the rundown of what's going on at a couple of the parks down here in Southern California. I want to thank you for joining us on this inaugural episode of Chastain's in LA Presents. Let's recap of some of Southern California's favorite parks throughout the week. If you want to get up-to-the-minute updates, Josh is going to be posting all over Chastain's in LA's Instagram and TikTok throughout the weeks, as well as maybe doing a couple live streams in the parks on any given day. So just make sure that you follow us on Instagram and TikTok, as well as subscribe here on YouTube. And until we see you again, up on the mountain, in the studios, or out at the farm, we'll catch y'all on the flippity flop.